Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over your comments that you left as to what Spatial Rend could possibly do when it does come to Pokemon Go, as we are going to be seeing it introduced around the Sinnoh Tour in 2024. I don't know why I keep saying it, so we'll just see what we have going on here. When I went over that video, I felt like my head was going to explode, so I didn't go over all my thoughts, but we're going to read some of your comments here and see what you think Spatial Rend can do. This is just a fun video. Maybe one of your comments might be right. Maybe this is way too generous and Niantic has a completely boring thing planned for us to use these moves outside of battle, as the data miners have found. So with that said, if you do enjoy my content, if you can give it a thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. And let's go ahead and get into this. Oh, and by the way, if you hear loud bangs, my landlord is actually scraping snow off the roof because it is heavy snow and you cannot let this sit. It'll get bad and it'll freeze. And last year what happened was he cleaned the front, the back was a little bit left uncleared, and big chunks fell off after they froze, and they crushed metal barbecues and stuff and just broke things. So yeah, you got to make sure you do that. Anyways, Alaskan life, right? Okay, so let's get into your comments. First one here, I'll put them up screen somewhere. Spatial Rend is a special move that takes money directly out of your pocket and puts it into Niantic's bank account. Okay, we're starting it off with a silly one. We'll get into the serious ones here. All right, you know, some of these I just screenshotted the higher upvoted ones. So anyways, wouldn't it be cool if we can use Spatial Rend outside of battle and allowed you to teleport anywhere else in the world? Yeah, that'd be very interesting. I don't know anywhere in the world, but hey, sounds like we'll be able to have our own spoofing thing for temporary with moves outside of battle. But anyways, moving on here, what else do they have to say? Outside of the world, Roar of Time will allow you to move forward or backward in time, so Pokemon that you haven't seen spawn yet will be on the field. So how that'll work, because does the game actually know what it's going to spawn until it does? When it does, it's just randomly generated, you know what I mean? But I get it. What would make more sense is if you can go back in time, and if something ran away, you can have it pop back up. Now there you go. That's you know, they were kind of getting at that. All right, anyways, my man Pokémon keeps saying Sinnoh Tour 2014 instead of 2024. I know. I had to put that in there because it's a highly left comment. I get it. I had to edit it out 3 times in my last video going over the Arceus. I was watching it thinking, I'm surely not going to mess up, and I said it 3 times, like, what is wrong with you? Anyways, back into the comments here. What if Spatial Rend could teleport you anywhere in the world? Again, one of those. After completing the task, I would assume, like, you've got to complete some sort of, you know, time-gated nonsense that lasts half of a year, and then once you've done that, you can do it like 3 times, right? All right, so after you complete tasks, or any gym or stop on the map near you. Okay, Roar Time could extend the egg Stardust timers, as also the raid bosses. Good stuff. All right, next one. I think it would be cool if using Spatial Rend outside of battle temporarily increase the size of your encounter circle. So essentially, your radius. So here we go. I don't think that's what it's called, they go on to say. Now that is a very good one. This was left a couple of times, and if you had left it first, I just grabbed some screenshots. Okay, so basically what a few people were saying too, and it might be in here, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but somebody went on to say, do you remember when our radius increased dramatically? It's like, why is it doing this? Why is the radius increased like this? A couple of people were saying that they were testing it out. So that could be it. So that definitely Spatial Rend, you know, giving you extra space, and then Roar of Time does something to extend your items that you use, right? So very good comment. That would be great to see our radius extended. Here in Alaska, we have a massive one, so that would be very nice to see that. I was catching things around the block when they did extend it. It was incredible. I think, in fact, Roar Time and Spatial Rend could be used outside of battle. It would be interesting mechanic for a unique evolutions. Sure, yeah, that totally makes sense. I could see them doing that. They like doing those kind of things. Spatial Rend for alternate region forms that stem from the same base forms that Pikachu, Alolan Pikachu, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, sweet. I see what they're saying. So essentially, you could use these moves to have these different spawns kind of change into their alternate forms. So if you had a Primate, maybe you can use your move outside of battle, and then it'll change into that other primate, or other things that are more relevant to like Hisuian, Decidueye, and things like Samurott, whatnot. All right, next one. Spatial Rend probably make egg hatch distance shorter for a bit. Yeah, that's a pretty good assumption there, I would say. I'm actually thinking it could be like space-time distortion for Legends Arceus. All right, I'm not quite familiar with that, but I think it's kind of like along the same comp that the other person made, where you can have certain spawns change. I think that's where they're going. Maybe it would create a bubble where you can encounter evolution Hisuian forms, Rowlet, Community Day in February for the timing lineup for them. Okay, yeah, I see what you're getting with that, but I don't know about the Hisuian, Rowlet, and all that, because they have actually announced that they're going to be releasing the final evolution for Rowlet, the Hisuian form, the fighting one, in raids, or also alongside Hisuian Typhlosion and Hisuian Samurott too. And they're going to have their own raid days. Of course they are. They haven't announced. We don't know. This is data leak as far as can we evolve the ones we have, but I'm going to take a guess and say no. They're going to make you raid it, and then a couple of years later they'll allow you to evolve it. Remember what happened with Execute into the Alolan form? Now we're able to do it, but we couldn't do it for the longest time because they were taking advantage of it being new. Raid, special event, because if we can just evolve it, nobody would care. To a degree. All right, next one. What if Spatial Rend gives you a limited access to regional spawns? I like that. I like where we're going with that. And maybe Roar of Time, like you said, extends the times of Mega Evolutions, Incense, and also even spawns. Yeah, that would be great. Spawns. It's an overworld thing for everybody. I don't know if that would work. I mean, I guess it could work, I suppose, but then it's going to have to overlap on other Pokemon, and it could get a little screwy and messed up. So I don't know about that last part, but it's not a bad idea. I'm just thinking logical here. Anyways, moving on to the next one here. Spatial Rend could probably increase the spawn radius temporarily. We've been over that. They likely activated this accidentally when they were testing it back when we saw that. So we were just going over that, and there is the comment that we were going. So yeah, exactly. This is why they took it away. Like, how can they make a mistake like that? Unless they were potentially maybe testing this out. It is an assumption. It could have been a legit broken thing within the game that just automatically increased our radius. Oh my goodness. Because they have a habit of doing this kind of stuff, right? So whatever, man. Great. That could be something. Yeah, that would be great. All right. So maybe you can spin stops, gyms, and have the spawns further than... Yeah, so the increased radius, that would be great. Or this could work. I don't think anybody put this. See further on the map. I don't know what would be the point. It would be, you can see, oh, look at something way over there in the fog of the game. Okay. I mean, it's like, I guess you can venture like, hey, I can see it. Maybe I'll go that way now, right? Or something. I don't know. Maybe you're limited access to your mobility. So seeing something and knowing where you're going to go will be great for you, So you're not wasting your time, because not all of us can walk around all day, or anyways, you know what I'm getting at. Who knows? We're just shooting shots in the dark here. All right. Imagine if Spatial Rend lets you do remote raids, lucky trades. Here we go. This is the comment I was waiting for. I'm going to add on top of this. You basically said it. So, remote raiding and lucky trading, Spatial Rend. Yes, let's go. Now, what if it allowed you to have more, or increased your amount of times that you can remote raid a day? That would be cool. What if it increased it by like 5 or 2 or 3 or whatever? I know that might not seem like a lot, but I'm shooting for a lower number because I'm not trying to disappoint us all. Okay, it's always good to undershoot things unless it's your finances. Not giving you financial advice, and you want to make sure your numbers are on point. But anyway, yeah. So that's a great idea. Lucky trades, long distance. We've been talking about that and how they could implement trade centers where you have to go to a specific trade center if they don't want to allow us to just have a lucky trade worldwide. Okay, I'm lucky friends, I'll never meet you. Great. Well, if they add trade centers, we'll be able to go there in our specific area. They'll be kind of like Pokestops, not as abundant, but they'll be around, right? Like gyms or something, but even less common too. And so you go there, you drop off a Pokemon that you're going to trade. You set it up. It'll be like a little setup thing, just like the party. All right, it'll all be nice and neat and organized, and you figure it out your trading. You won't get ripped off. You'll know you'll get a notification, but you know, I don't know. I just keep wanting to take jabs at Niantic, but it's just almost pointless. All right, so use Roar of Time to take back one power-up that you pushed over the cap of a specific limit. Okay, so, and then they go on to say if your kid who did it or something like that. Yeah, that could be interesting. Roll back one power-up. You know, we were talking about how we always wanted to bring back power-ups after they came out with all, you know, Great Ultra and Master League. Master League doesn't matter, but Great and Ultra, and things that were like one power-up over Ultra League or Great League. How freaking annoying was that when they first came out? So having one rollback could be nice. It's another idea on the table. All right, so remember when they accidentally increased the spawn radius? That was Spatial Rend. All right, so there are some of ideas. There you go, folks. Just wanted to lay it down there. Some pretty good stuff. I think one of the most interesting ones is Spatial Rend's radius increasing. That'd be great. We'll be able to catch Pokemon at a farther distance. Maybe they'll just allow us to see further, and they're still like, nope, Go Plus won't reach that far. Also, lucky trades and increased remote trading or remote rating. So yeah, we'll have to see what they do though. But a lot of great ideas on top of what we went over before, and I appreciate everybody's comments. And if you have some more ideas, leave them down below and we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, make sure you do give it a thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.